Hi everyone, it's me, Mrs. Vining. I wanted to show you a couple of things about making a paper collage today. And if you're doing this art project, then you'll need some kind of paper, some kind of scraps of some sort. You can get pretty creative about what materials you're going to use to make a collage. A collage is made out of cut pieces of paper and glue to put it all together. So I have a Pop-Tart cereal box here, and I'm going to cut it apart right now just to show you how to open it up. If you take it and you cut the corner all the way down, just with a regular old pair of scissors, nothing special, you will get a nice flat piece of cardboard that you can use for your art project. In the bottom, you don't have to cut. You can just pull it open. Boom. Look at that. Nice, big, open, flat piece of cardboard. You see that? And a couple crumbs of cereal to go with it. Yum. So, now here is where I'm going to do all of my artwork. I'm going to be able to trace and sketch on here, and I'm thinking about a vehicle. So what is a vehicle? And where do we find vehicles in our world? I posted a picture in the assignment of many different vehicles. A lot of times we think of a car. A vehicle is something that is mechanical usually, might even have a motor, and it can get you from one place to another. So I want you to be creative about your vehicles, as I know you can be. You're very creative. What kind of vehicle are you going to make for your vehicle collage? So right now, I'm just cutting this into more of a rectangle. I want to get the tabs off because I like my art to look nice and neat and have my best craftsmanship, and I know you want the same. So here I'm cutting off the tabs, and I have two more to cut off. And then let's talk about where we can find some different things to put in our collage. I have to think about my vehicle still. Maybe I will make a vehicle that's on water. What kind of vehicles can you think of are on water? A boat? A jet ski? A sailboat? The Titanic? Or maybe I want my vehicle to be a land vehicle, like a tank in the army, or what's another land vehicle? A bicycle, one that you can ride, and you probably rode one yesterday. It was so beautiful outside. So I have a Sharpie to draw with. I like Sharpies on cardboard especially because it's nice and dark, but you can't erase a Sharpie, so make sure if you're using a marker to write with, you remember that you can't erase it, okay? So my vehicle is going to be a water vehicle. I'm thinking of doing something like a sailboat. So first I need to think about the shape a sailboat has. Artists always think, what shape do I know? Well, I know sailboats have a triangle, so I think I'll make my sailboat's triangle sail. And I think I'll make another smaller triangle to go in the front. Like that. See? I have two shapes. And then I think I'll make my sailboats big. The bottom part that sits in the water, maybe it's a crescent. It kind of goes around and sits in the water. Like that. So I wanted to make it nice and big, and I like working on this cardboard because it's easy to cut, but it's also strong enough to hold all your pieces on when you start to glue things together. If you choose to do the paper mache option, which is going to stick onto this and make a little bit of a mess too, which is fun. If you choose to do the paper mache option, you definitely want to use this material. So after you have it all cut out and you have your basic shapes of your vehicle done, you do want to think about the background. You know, what kind of background would I have for a sailboat? Maybe a big giant wave. Maybe I'll have a couple big waves. And then right there, I've got some water to work with. So your sketch for a collage does not have to be detailed at all. Very simple shapes, because what are we going to do in here and in this shape and in this shape and even up here in the sky? We're going to fill it with scraps of paper. So I have a magazine here. This magazine came in the mail and has really cool pictures of like road trips and cars. Hey, more vehicles. I'm going to rip out a couple of pictures and use them based on their color or what's inside of those pictures. So right here, I'm going to rip out this page. Make sure you have mom's and dad's permission before you start ripping any magazines apart, because you never know, they might want to keep them. I like this paper because it has a picture of the ocean on it. It's pretty neat. And I think I'm just going to start ripping it up because it has a lot of ocean. So I have a lot of pieces I can work with. I'm going to make myself a little pile to work with. And then with my glue, I'm going to just start sticking them into the water just like this to create the water look. And as I add more and more, I have to start fitting them together like a puzzle. Does this one fit here? I don't want to put it like this or like this. I definitely don't want to put it like this where they're really far apart and there's these big spaces in between. So make sure when you're building your collage that you overlap your pieces and you glue them together until the whole section is full. And once it gets to those tiny little places like the tip of this wave, you might even have to rip it into an even smaller piece to fit it in there. Oh boy. And when you're all done, if you're really super careful, you could even cut, you don't have to rip. So maybe you'll even cut some very tiny details. Let's see if I can find something really neat to use for my collage. Ooh, I like this. I just found a picture of a duck in my magazine. What if I took this duck right here, cut it out, and glued it floating in the water? That could be really exciting too. So make sure that you finish your collage. And if you want to share it with me, you can send it to me in my email or even post it on Google Classroom. I can't wait to see what you come up with for your vehicle and the different ways that you use paper to put this picture together. This is not a marker project or a crayon project. It's a collage. So have a lot of fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye.